Short video here today. I was looking at something last night that I thought was pretty fascinating. Just wanted to share it here today. One of the things I've always thought was very cool about the Great Pyramids of Giza is they are located in the center of all landmass on Earth. That is just really fascinating to think how anybody thousands of years ago could have known this. And this is just a crude map showing you how the lines intersect here at Giza, and it just got me thinking, what is in the center of the landmass here in North America? And is it significant in any way? So what I did here is I just drew the longest lines I could that did not cross over ocean from the very tip of Alaska down to the very tip of Florida down here, and from the very tip of northeastern Canada down to the farthest point in the southwestern United States. And I just wanted to see where these lines crossed. And what I found kind of surprised me, but what is down here is the little tiny town of Kensington, Minnesota. And if you're familiar with the name Kensington, that is because it is home to the Kensington runestone. And in case you're not familiar with the Kensington runestone, it was unearthed on a farmer's property in about, I think it was 1898, and it was said to be a hoax pretty much right away. People who investigated the stone said the carving was very recent, it was a hoax, and a lot of that had to do with the farmer. Olaf Ullman was his name. He cleaned out this rock when he found it. It was wrapped around roots that under a tree that he unearthed, and he scratched out the hieroglyphs or the writing, and he made scratches in it, and they said, well, these marks were made recently, this is a hoax. And it was investigated by many different people. Many of them said it was a hoax. There was a few who thought it was a genuine artifact. But it wasn't until maybe about 15 years ago when studies were done on it geologically and the text was studied, and it was proven to be authentic. And this rock tells of a journey of acquisition, and it says that the ships are 14 days from the sea. And if we look at this map again, 14 days from the sea would match up perfectly with them coming through the Great Lakes and ending up in Duluth, Minnesota, the very end of the Great Lakes. About 10-12 miles a day, 14 days journey would put you about in Kensington, Minnesota. Some people said that this was a journey from Hudson Bay up here in Canada, but that would have taken much longer than 2 weeks, especially when the Red River coming down here, it actually flows north. So I don't like the theory of them coming from Hudson Bay. I believe they put their boats, they ended up in Duluth, Minnesota. 14 days journey over land would take you into Kensington, Minnesota. And one of the most important things on the stone is the date was put into it in a couple different ways. And Scott Walter, who did the work on the Kensington runestone, said that the date is the most important thing on this rock, on the stone, because this was a journey of acquisition, and when you are claiming land, the most important thing on the stone would be the date, and the date is 1362, 130 years about before Columbus ever came to near America. American history that we are taught in schools is totally bogus. The first acquisition or attempted acquisition of America came in 1362, and the Kensington runestone was put into the center of landmass here in North America, and it was a journey of acquisition 130 years before Columbus, and this is not taught in our schools. It's a shame, because it's a true history of North America. Hope you thought this was interesting. Have a nice day.